Online classes have emerged as a new and exciting option for Catholic homeschoolers in recent years. However, if you're considering them for the first time, it can be challenging to figure out how to compare the different options that are available. Funds are limited for most of us, so ensuring that we get the most out of our investment is crucial. Let's look at a few things to consider when picking an online class for your kids. First of all, the school needs to be Catholic. There are distinctively Catholic ways of approaching everything, from Holy Scripture to the nature of man to the history of the West. The ethos or the spirit of the school needs to be properly ordered. Look at its mission, its calendar, its teachers, and the curricula itself for clear signs that it is Christ-centered and thoroughly Catholic in its culture. Second, the school needs to be rigorous, which means two things. It must push the students hard, and it must provide the tools to aid their success. It can't just be hard or just be nurturing. It must both challenge and support. Look closely at the aptitude of the teachers, the opportunities for good teaching interactions, and the structure and content of the curriculum. Third, the school must be formative. That is, it needs to see its primary goal as nurturing the growth of a moral and wise soul, rather than creating a high performer of any kind, academic or otherwise. So far, we've discussed features that should be present in all Catholic schools. But what sorts of things do we need to scrutinize when we're speaking of a specifically online school? Generally speaking, we need to look closely at the balance that any school strikes between services and fees. Unlike a brick-and-mortar school, an online school can be structured in quite a few different ways and include quite a few different elements. We need to understand exactly what we get and what we don't. Here are a few of the things to look at. To begin with, carefully scrutinize the length of the course. This means two things. Take note of how many weeks are involved. Some classes with the same basic description and same basic focus might be only 8 weeks long, others 15 or 30. But you should also consider how many meeting times are involved per week. Some classes meet once, some 3 or 4 times. Even more importantly, and perhaps this is the most important point of all, you need to look carefully at the quality as well as the quantity of the teaching interactions each week. Is class time spent on teacher lectures, or is it interactive, allowing the students to communicate with other students as well as to do work with the teacher? Can the students communicate with the teachers outside of class? How? Email, messaging, or forums? Is tutoring available? And at what extra cost? Unfortunately, many classes involve a single class meeting in which the instructor does most of the talking. And this paradigm can be very ineffective with younger, less disciplined students. We should also take a look at the grading component of any course. The key questions to ask are how many assignments are graded by the teacher and what level of feedback can be expected. How many assignments will we have to grade ourselves at home? And also, what other grading elements are included? Are there automated quizzes? Are there exams? And so forth. In addition to these aspects of the services that are provided, we should consider how the classes and the school approach internet safety and screen time. Does work for each class require the student to be at the computer the entire time? Does work require the students to be exposed to the wider dangers of the internet? And what policies does the school have to help limit these hazards? All of these are important questions to ask. I'm Kenneth Rolling, headmaster and a co-founder of the Rolling Acres School Online Academy. Here at the Academy, we strive to provide a robustly Catholic, academically rigorous, and spiritually formative education. We do this by bringing together great Catholic teachers and a curricula structured around the medieval classical trivium and quadrivium, which are themselves an ascent of the mind to God. We also incorporate our own unique Traditio Nostra Great Books courses, and we ground it all in a firmly Thomistic realist philosophy of education. We also strive to provide a great product at a great value. Our courses are all full-length, 15-week per semester classes, and we strive to make the student-teacher interactions as rich as possible in a number of ways. First, we make use of what's called a flipped classroom model. This means that instead of using live class time for lecturing, we provide the lectures in a video format prior to class. This leaves class time open for student-teacher interaction. The students will be called upon, they'll be interacting with other students, making things more lively, and also making sure that students are paying attention. In addition, we provide opportunities for students to meet with teachers outside of class. Every class, at no additional charge, comes with what we call tutor times. These are a sort of study hall or tutor session in which the teachers are simply available and the students come by and get one-on-one help with anything they might need. Parents are welcome to stop in if they need to check up on something. And there are 3 of these provided with each class from the teacher. So that means a total of 4 live interaction opportunities in the week. And then finally, we make use of an in-house messaging service so that students can fire off a question or something that's quick to the student or to the teachers at any time throughout the week. There are weekly assignments that the students are required to turn in for the teachers to grade, and there's feedback given. To promote internet safety, all messaging and student work is handled in-house on our own websites. This allows us to archive all of those interactions and keep everybody accountable. In addition, we never record class sessions. We do this in order to protect the intimacy of the classroom setting, but also to protect the privacy of the students. We limit screen time by avoiding reliance upon interactive teaching modules that require the student to be at a computer the whole time. Instead, the majority of the work the students do for us is the old-fashioned pen, paper, and book, and then the assignments are turned in for us to grade online. I do think that there are a number of very good Catholic online schools today, but I think for a combination of value and quality that what we're doing here at the Academy is hard to beat. And we're expanding. Come by and see what we're up to at rasonlineacademy.com. We would be honored to have the opportunity to help educate your children.